Good day everyone! Hoping for a fine day for all of us. Kamusta kayo lahat? My name is Yanyan. I am going to review my latest and newest purchase, the iPad Pro 11-inch 2018 version. I am going to tell you my experience regarding the design, the specification, the accessories I bought, the battery life, and my drawing experience, and how it did fare against my Surface Book. Let's all find out. I really love my Samsung Tab S2. It was really thin, it was really portable. Not to mention it has a gorgeous AMOLED display. Since it is an Android device, it is really untethered or imprisoned within the limits of the Play Store. I can open USB files with its functioning file system manager. I can download torrents with lots of torrent downloader available on and off the Play Store. But what made me sell it for the iPad Pro? The chipset. Usually, Samsung does not give these tablets the latest chipset to go head-to-head with Apple tablets. The chipsets they use are usually last year's flagship phone's chipset, which become a problem for me. I love Temple Run, and even Temple Run, when they revealed a new map, the animation stuttered, impeding my experience. And that prompted me, ladies and gentlemen, to sell it to my friend for around $200. This iPad Pro 11-inch cost me almost 65,000 pesos. The Apple Pencil is 10,000 pesos. And the Apple proprietary keyboard is 10,190 pesos. Let's begin with the box. It's modest. It's compact. Let's check the specification now. Let's open it. The weight and the dimensions are really an industry trendsetter. I think that Samsung will follow suit. It's still made of aluminum metal and the design is uniquely square-ish. They must have patterned it with the design of an iPhone 5S. I chose the space gray color. If there was a gold color, I would be rocking that. With the advent release of the iPad mini and the new iPad Air 2019, it was a sigh of relief to know that those two new releases kind of backtracked in terms of design. The iPad mini remained the same size, and the iPad Air has 10.5-inch and both was left with the home button fingerprint reader. The ProMotion or the 120Hz refresh rate, which became a differentiating technology between that and the Pros. I was having difficulty with all of the iPad Pro tempered glass. You see, even the original and the generic tempered glass impedes the touch capability of the iPad Pro. But since I have to protect it from scratches, the Momax Glass Pro Plus is the way to go. What can I say? The screen is gorgeous. It is not an AMOLED screen, but it's beautiful, not to mention the 120Hz refresh rate, making the animations buttery smooth. And for a fact, the Temple Run seems to be running smoothly, even at different maps. And with the True Tone functionality, even at different light settings, the screen adjusts its color to provide you a viewing pleasure minus the eye strain. Since this is a Pro, what I like best is you don't have to fiddle with the home button to unlock the screen. You can unlock the screen whichever position you hold it. Unlike the iPhone X, you only have the portrait orientation to unlock it. But this one is really good. And the Animojis. This I would like to do all day. With the help of the IR sensor, it maps your face to deliver a more animated faces against the jittery counterparts of its competition. I mean, don't you think? And not just that, even if iWork is not included right out of the box, you can readily download it for free. So the keynote, pages, and numbers will bring your iPad into a computer level. You can even save this in the Microsoft Office format if you need to share your work to a Windows machine. And not to mention this box. First, I was hesitant to buy this since I had a Bluetooth keyboard. But I realized the need of a compact keyboard that can double as a cover, just like the Surface Pro family. The composition of the keyboard is like polyvinyl or plastic. Since you're paying top dollar or peso, wouldn't it be nice to make this keyboard leather? But this polyvinyl material will generally resist dust and water against the Alcantara type covers of the Surface Pro. Unlike the last generation of the keyboards, it seemed that they removed the triple fold of the keyboard, which made it bulkier. Thanks to 102 magnets inside the iPad Pro, this magnetically attached to the back of the cover keyboard, and voila! It automatically pairs. And it has two orientations, the slight 90-degree angle and the slight 45-degree angle, which I feel is the most productive angle from the two. As you see while typing, the keyboard mimics the butterfly feel of the MacBook keyboards. It's a little shallow, maybe to prevent the finger strains, and there's no backlighting. I do hope Logitech provides better options for the keyboard. I tried an Antutu benchmark, and from the looks of it, I can safely say that the A12X chips blows almost 92% of the computers out in the market. The apps and games are more developed here than in Android. Since the demand for Android tablets are slowly diminishing, the developers need to update their apps into a wider screen format are getting slower and slower. But in the Apple side, there are numerous apps and games that are using the iPad's widescreen format rather than the stretched out mobile version of their apps, so you can never go wrong in buying an iPad. But what is wrong is a super duper gated launch of the Apple App Store. You cannot use an app that is not approved by Apple, but if you jailbreak your device, then you're out of warranty. Torrent apps are simply cannot be used here. Since Apple has a high sense of copyright ownership, these apps are forbidden. And you know what's also forbidden? Your access to a USB device or any storage device. Sure, there is a file manager here, but Apple doesn't want us to access all the contents of a USB device. Only pictures, images, and sometimes videos. What a bummer. Thumbs down. I don't have a problem in my Tab S2 with that. But maybe that would be the price to pay if you have top dollars to buy this iPad Pro. Maybe Apple thought you would have extra dollars to pay for all the movies, all the music, and all the contents that were once free to share in an Android device. Another thing that is unique in the iPad is the Apple Pencil. This box contains a unique pencil, a costly one perhaps. If you have an old Apple Pencil lying around, then you can use it with this one. Not. Since Apple knows you're a cash cow iShip, they made another version of the Apple Pencil that will only work on the 2018 iPad Pros, but not the last version of it. Since I am computing my money's worth, all in all had coughed up a heavy sum of 100,000 pesos, including all the accessories. But hey, I'm an iShip. I also have a generic Apple Pencil cover. What I like most is that the Apple Pencil magnetically attached itself on one corner of the iPad, just like in the Surface Pro or the Surface Book. But they one-up the competition because after attaching the pencil, it magnetically charged. Wow! The Microsoft Pen has a 4A battery which can last 3 to 6 months depending on the use. The Microsoft Pen's other tip can be used as an eraser just like this one. But in the Apple Pencil, you can double tap to change from writing to erasing. So let's try drawing on the Microsoft Surface Book using the Paint app. It's sometimes crude and you can almost see the latency. Since it is not a ProMotion capable, or they have just a 60 Hz refresh rate, so let's try continue drawing. The experience is okay, it's good, and it gets the job done. So let's try drawing in the iPad Pro using notes. You can almost feel like drawing on a normal paper. Not to mention the insane 120 Hz refresh rate of the ProMotion ability of the iPad Pro. It makes the drawing smoother and the lines straighter. Well, you can see the difference. Did you like my drawing? The battery life is amazing! It gives almost a screen time of 6 to 8 hours depending on your use. So, if you're the type of person who would be working with the Wi-Fi connected, feeling a bit inspired, and draw and doodle a bit, read ebooks and always on the go, then this iPad Pro 11-inch is the one tablet for you, bar none. So if you want more of these kinds of videos, click like and hit subscribe. Thank you!